So let me now shift to Ben Simmons. So Ben Simmons is a former number 1 overall pick. And he's a guy that recently has been in the news for all the wrong reasons. You know, the Philadelphia 76ers, the team that Ben Simmons was drafted to and the team he currently plays for, they had high expectations this past year in 2021. In fact, they actually had the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference this past year heading into the playoffs. One of the best records in the entire NBA. A lot of people thought they could make a run to the NBA Finals. And unfortunately, they had a disappointing loss in the second round to the Atlanta Hawks, a team that came out of nowhere. And some people felt the Hawks had no business beating the Philadelphia 76ers. And mainly a big reason why the 76ers lost that series is because of what Ben Simmons was not doing or was incapable of doing as the Philadelphia 76ers starting point guard. I've always said from the jump, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, they're an odd fit. They're not a great fit together. Ben Simmons isn't a great shooter. Both he and Joel Embiid need to dominate inside the paint to get their points. And once you put Ben Simmons inside the paint, you stretch Joel Embiid out to being a three-point shooter. Same thing with Embiid. If he's in the paint, Simmons is a liability from the perimeter, you know. And let's be real. Trae Young vastly outperformed Ben Simmons in the playoffs. He took him to school. And Ben Simmons is known for his great defense, okay? At least what we thought he was as a defender. And he got taken to school by Trae Young, which was not good. And Ben Simmons offensively was timid. He was a huge liability. He wouldn't shoot the basketball. He wasn't aggressive. He wasn't making shots. And he was horrible from the free throw line. Ben Simmons shot in the playoffs this past year 34% from free throw range. 34%. There are preschoolers that play at their local YMCA basketball club or team that shoot a better free throw percentage in games than Ben Simmons, who is a professional basketball player. It's awful. It was all-time bad. And next year will be Ben Simmons' 5th year in the NBA. And it will be really a 6th year if you count the year in which he was injured, but he didn't play that year. So 5th, 6th year. We're 5-6 years in. That's the bottom line. And Ben Simmons was the rookie of the year his rookie season. But since then, he just hasn't been progressing. And the reality is, Ben Simmons is a massive disappointment as a former number 1 overall pick. And you can make the argument right now today that Ben Simmons is a bust. Now, I'm not going to say he's a bust because he did win Rookie of the Year, and he is a pretty solid defender. He's a decent passer. He's not a god-awful player. There is some talent there. But the sad part is, a lot of people point to the reason why Ben Simmons has not progressed is because they believe it's due to him being lazy and not putting in the work. And it's so sad when a guy that has all the talent in the world just doesn't put in the work. It'd be one thing if Ben Simmons was, I don't know, Anthony Bennett. Okay, everyone knew. I would say 85 to 90% of NBA fans knew that Anthony Bennett was just not talented enough to be the first overall pick of the NBA draft to the Cleveland Cavaliers. A lot of people saw him becoming a bust because he was just in over his head. He wasn't talented enough. He should have never been drafted with the first overall pick. Meanwhile, you look at a guy like Ben Simmons. He has long, lengthy arms. He's super athletic, 6'10" point guard. He has all the physical tools in the world to become a really good NBA player. And apparently there are reports that he just likes to party. He's last guy in, first guy out type of guy. He's hanging out with the Kardashians, you know, all the time. And it's really sad because you look at guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo, who continue to get better and better every single season. Giannis, he went from like a 6-point per game scorer his rookie year to an NBA champion within a matter of 5 to 7 seasons. Russell Westbrook, his rookie year to what he is now, whole different player. Kawhi Leonard, he has taken leaps that have been tremendous. Anthony Edwards was getting better and better every single game as a rookie. Every single game. It seems like Anthony Edwards was getting better and better. Chris Middleton developed into a really good player on a championship team. He was a role player to start his career. There are no excuses for Ben Simmons. And if Ben Simmons has some type of condition where his body doesn't function right or a medical condition, then God bless you, Ben Simmons. I'm sorry for, making this segment right here. But there's been no reports that Ben Simmons has any disabilities, has any physical limitations. It seems like the guy is good to go. He's fully healthy. And he just hasn't been putting in the work. Ben Simmons is a massive disappointment. There were some people that literally came out and said Ben Simmons could potentially be the next LeBron James. And boy, oh boy, are those people wrong today. I was never a huge Ben Simmons fan, but again, I don't know what's happening to him. He just hasn't been progressing. And right now, today, Ben Simmons is a borderline bust, and he's a disappointment as a number one overall pick so far. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juiciest Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big-time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juiciest Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.